Good morning to one and all once again. Hare Krishna, dear parents. On behalf of Neve Nurture Plus, I welcome you all to today's workshop by our esteemed speaker, Ms. Kalpana Mohan. I'm sure that all of you are aware that she's been conducting many workshops for us. Today, however, we are expecting parents from a very esteemed school, Global City International School. So I welcome those parents too. So the parents for whom they have joined newly, I would like to introduce ma'am once again, a brief introduction about our esteemed speaker today. Ms. Kalpana Mohan is a teacher by profession, hailing from Bangalore, India, with 35 years of teaching and administrative experience to go with. She served as the principal of Vidyashilp Academy, ranked among the top 10 ICSE, IGCSE schools in India for over 18 years. She has presented several papers at various summits and possesses a great passion for education-related activities. She has won several awards for her contributions to education. She motivates all her teachers by standing as a role model in the act of giving back to the society. A brief on today's topic, that is Chanakya, a holistic philosopher. In our last workshop, Kalpana ma'am spoke on Chanakya and social responsibility. We came to know how Chanakya explained the 4 components of social responsibility. In our workshop today, we will know more about how Chanakya wanted to create a society where people are not too much engrossed in the material aspects of life. Kalpana ma'am will help us know how Chanakya laid equal emphasis on spirituality too. Equality for all was his motto. So over to you, ma'am, to entice the audience, and welcome once again on behalf of all the parents and all the audience today. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, good morning to all of you. Welcome to the new parent. Maybe you will be little continuity may not be there, but I'll try to connect whatever we have been doing earlier. And thank you, Adushala ma'am. This is going to be another very important session for me because, as I told you, Chanakya is a one person who has been doing so many things and written so many things in Chanakya Niti and Kautilya Arthashastra. And is also known as Vishnu Gupta. And he learned in Takshila and he taught in Takshila University and Nalanda also a little bit. He was the one who was responsible for Alexander's defeat in India. And he's a kingmaker, but very simple personality, stuck to his philosophies and principles. He never deviated from whatever the correct things which are happening around the world, particularly in his country. And whatever he wrote, he still holds good today because he's so futuristic. I can call him as a complete fortune teller. What is going to happen, he knew very well. That's why he could make such kind of statements, which really brings us to the modern world and to connect to the olden days itself. So today, what I'm planning to do is I'm having certain verses of what he has told in Sanskrit, and I will explain the meaning of it. The Sanskrit sentences are written in English in the slides. You can even read it. And each and every part can be explained in a very comfortable way, because what I feel is, in his own words, what he told is something which we need to know. And philosophy is a big word which we will always talk, and we always talk even 1 or 2 sentences. Oh, don't do this, don't do this. We always speak, oh, don't talk philosophies here. But Chanakya's philosophies are very apt even for today. And also Chanakya never said something which we cannot do. Basically, he is a person who knew what is practicality, how much practical it will be. At the same time, he also wants people, if at all it's not happening, then what will be the consequence? So he gives both. He gives a practical advice. At the same time, he also gives some kind of advice which is little strict, but if you follow, it is good. That's what he says. So let's go into whatever we want to do today. I'll share my screen. So the Chanakya is a holistic philosopher, panel workshop today. But actually, I would like to have the children and other people who are there, your friends, everybody, to come in, because these are some of the things which we don't know. We forget. We are not following it in our lives, even though we know it is good and bad. So let's go with the first philosophy or first sentence, what Chanakya says. And I request a parent today to be a little more abstract. So please be patient to listen. And because it may be sometimes a lot of textual thing for you, but for me, this is the probably for Chanakya, this may be the last kind of thing. So I want to pump in all the important aspects what Chanakya did. The first thing what I can bring it as, Chanakya states that he who shall practice these 20 rules in principle or undertaking, Chanakya Niti, also Niti Shastra, Chanakya has listed the following principles for a person to follow in order to build them in strong character, which turn would lead to successful, meaningful life. Last week, we saw how animals teach 20 verses for us, and how many people can be really follow the animals, what they teach us. But today, what Chanakya is telling about the Niti, in his Niti Shastra, that is Chanakya Niti, his Artha Shastra is full of political things, we all know that. So now we come to Chanakya Niti, the one how the people should live their life. And if at all we live like this, we make a strong character. That's his philosophy. What he says is anything and everything in the world is based on the character of a person. Whatever the person is made up of, that will be the result of his life. If he is having a positive attitude, do things on the way in which it should be done, his life is going to be very useful to others, at the same time to themselves also. So that's what we are going to see today. And the words called successful life, unmeaningful life is something which we need to keep in mind. What is successful life? It is not only monetary. Success is a one which is your own satisfaction. When you feel that you are capable of doing so many things and you have done that in your life, then you are successful. Meaningful, this comes to others. When somebody looks at you and say, this man has lived a complete life and he has been helping others, he is an embodiment, or it is an example of how to live a life. That's the meaningful life. We all people say that when we are born, we cry. When we die, others cry for us. But other cry for us, how many people cry for you? That's a meaningful life. Oh my God, is dead. Very good. If somebody says you have lived a very pathetic life, even if you don't have money, even if you don't have any richness in your, even when you die, people should say what a personality that person was, how he has lived for others, how he has given others a meaning for their own life. That kind of life is to be lived. That's what is Chanakya's real passion and behind what he has written. Today, when we think about his philosophy, we always think, how good a Chanakya being here with us so that he can guide everybody, isn't it? So that's where we are going to be successful and meaningful life. Let's start one by one what his ideas are. Okay, what he says is Vinasya Moolan Vriddot Seva means he says that humility lies in the service of elderly people. This is one very basic thing which we have forgotten in our life. How many new settlements for senior citizens have come in? The advertisements come, you live a very happy life, you have your friends, you have a walking space, you don't need to cook, etc., etc. Senior citizens' home. Why senior citizens need a separate home when there are senior citizens taken care by their own children? What is happening to our culture? Only when then renders honest service to elder, they can understand real meaning of humility. Humility is humbleness. Our life starts with humbleness. So today, I mean, maybe you look little odd from here, but I would like to say today, is the birthday of one of the very famous superstars, Rajinikanth. Is its birthday today. But I was reading about him 2-3 days before. I have a book called Rajini too. Why leave alone his superstardom, leave alone his money and things like that. It's humility. One of the press person has privately shared with me that how he treats the people who goes to their house. He welcomes them, he makes them sit, he serves coffee by himself. He doesn't ask the servants to do it. And if at all he has given appointment, he will just do full justice to it. And when they are leaving his house, he goes to the door and open the car door for them. Don't you think it is humility? Maybe the stardom, the superpower, whatever it is, it's happened because of his humility. I'm not a spokesperson for Rajinikanth. I'm just seeing this today because from morning I've been seeing paper, seeing television, and it comes. If somebody has to be living like that, humble, even though you have so much money, then why not? We are all normal people. Why we should not have that humility towards elders? Elders, see, there was a story. One king told everybody beyond 60 years of age should be thrown out of the kingdom. Nobody should keep their parents in their kingdom. They should go to the forest. But one boy, he was very, very fond of his father. Without telling anybody, he kept him in a secret place in the house. So there was a small incident and there was a small problem which was created in the kingdom. And immediately, king announces whoever solves this problem will get a prize. So when the boy went and asked the father, and the father gave very quick solution to it, and the man goes and tells in the court, and the problem was solved. Then the king asked, how did you know? How can you so fast you can get the answer for me? Then he slowly tells, it's because of my father's experience. He's with me. You ask him to move away. He's already 70. I'm keeping him with me because I love him so much. And he gave the answer to me. So the experience of adults are very important rather than throwing them out. That's what the boy said. Immediately, king realized and brought all the older people to the kingdom back so that so much of experience can be shared with the youngsters. So why I'm saying this is we have forgotten. Our generation is the last generation, probably our generation, since my generation, age of 50s and 50, maybe lived with the parents and the grandparents and also in-laws and so on and so forth. The next generation is going to be that maybe I myself will go and live in a senior citizen home because I'm not going to be, it's not that my son doesn't want to keep me or anything, but now we have some as the mentality, I should not disturb anybody. This kind of mentality has come. The dependency is required. You long for your children's support, but you act as though you don't. So there lies the problem. So when we are going to be humble towards the elders and make the service to them a mandatory thing in your life, then it's a first thing which we have to do in our philosophy of how to live a successful and meaningful life. The blessings of old people to us is very important. Then it continuing with that, vriddesvasya vignata. That knowledge, just now I narrated a story. The knowledge attained by serving the old people is much more, because when they say, when you are doing something, they'll keep telling their experiences to you. How they say, oh yeah, don't do that. No, you do this way because it was so easy. Chanakya always says, don't wait for you to make mistake and learn. Learn from others' mistake. When somebody else has done a mistake in their age and they are sharing the experience with you, take it from them instead of you go ahead, they make the same mistake and learn. Because our life, so much time is not there to learn so many mistakes and learn out of it. Yes, you make a mistake, you learn. That's a different thing. But others have made a mistake and they have learned and they are sharing the experience with you. Definitely they are a little older to you. Take that. That is what Chanakya says. You cannot make mistakes and learn. Learn from the mistakes of others. Others means it's not your friends or relative. Probably the adults who are there, they would have made mistakes and you learn from them. Then comes another very interesting factor. Alabadaloba nalasya. Alabadaloba nalasya means lazy person. That lazy person achieve nothing in life, be it money, education, or anything. A lazy person can't achieve any of this. Who is a lazy person? The person who has time, the person who can make things happen and don't do it. He is a lazy person. For example, today we have some work to do. Last day is day after tomorrow. Push it. One more day is there, I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination. Pushing away. Postponing things. Doing till the last minute. Making a lot of mistakes. Rushing. That's one kind of lazy person. Another lazy person, oh, nothing is happening to me. Nothing is happening to me. I am like this. Nobody helps me. I'm like this. Those kind of people are another side of lazy people. These lazy people cannot achieve anything in life. You can't expect a person to have everything done and kept for him. So in our place and all, they will always make fun. When somebody is giving banana, the person who is lazy will ask you, please peel and give. The more lazier person will ask you to put it on their own mouth also. So we are having lazy people like that. We blame others for not performing. I want to do means I need to do, but I don't have another person coming and doing it for me means I won't do it. One of my relatives are there. They are very strict with the kitchen work and all those things. So they will, if at all the maid or anybody has to come, they don't come at that particular time. They will get up first, they will finish their work. But when we have another person, why you didn't make curry today? Because my servant didn't come and cut it for me. Those kind of people, again, another type of lazy people.
Chanakya, lazy parent.
Shri Sanat Kumar sir, can you please mute your mic? Thank you. So we are actually looking for that kind of people who want to do something on their own. If they don't do it, they are lazy. If they are lazy, they lose everything. Then very next thing is Admin Tagdabe Vasishta Vakya Rupa Kshama. That means what? That is, this is actually the Tirukural which was told by Thiruvalluvar. Teenal Suttapun Ullarum Arade Navinal Suttavadu. Means when you talk bitterly, harsh language, you put them people, others down, that will harm more than the fire burn. We never think that other people will get hurt. Everybody for that matter. We don't know. Sometimes we are very angry. We cannot control our emotions. And we speak very rudely to people, including everybody. Everybody does that. And we also know where we can speak so rudely also. Only to the people who are below us, we speak them very low. We shout at them. But at the same time, is it possible for us to go and talk to our bosses? We don't do it because we just swallow our anger and come. Why? Because we know that anger will not be of any use. But when you speak something, when you are going to put something very strong, very harsh words to them, that will never leave our life. It will stay. Oh, that day he told something, that day. See, families have divided. Big kingdoms have divided. So many things have happened because of harsh words, harsh kind of meaning. Take Mahabharata. The entire thing started with Duryodhana getting so much of offensive is because Draupadi said, when he was crossing the Maya water, he stumbles and falls, and he says, the son of a blind person will also be blind, she said. That's the word. It hurt Duryodhana so badly. Correct. We all know that. It's not that everybody are correct and everybody are great. Words spoken will create anything and everything bad, which is, badly spoken words. At the same time, If you speak very well, nicely, very beautifully talk, so tell them whatever the others will like. இனிய உளவாக இன்னாத கூறல் கனியிருப்ப காய் கவர்ந்தற்று. That means when there are some beautiful, lovely, nice words are available, but you are saying something harsh, it's like leaving the very lovely, tasty fruits and take a katta and bad, bitter fruit. That is what is the meaning. Tirukural say that. And why I'm comparing here is because almost a similar type of talks are there in Tirukural, and Tirukural is in Tamil, and so it is very, very less amount of people are going to use. But Chanakya has spoken everything in Sanskrit. It's in Devanagari script. Whoever can read Hindi can read Sanskrit, and they can know the meaning. Most of the words are derived from Sanskrit for all the languages, mother of all languages. So we can probably go through it a little bit and ask people who can understand that too. So why I'm saying this is, when I'm having good words to speak, lovely word to speak, supportive word, positive word to speak, I prefer speaking negative. Then that is like that is actually harming more than the fire burn. So speaking politely, taking care of others, the same servant will do everything. Actually, if at all you have seen some movies, there is when we talk to the people who are working under us, or subordinates, what we call, in a very nice, positive way, they will work hard for you. For that person, I will work because she always been very supportive. He's always been very supportive, etc. Then you will feel the difference. What is how well we should speak positive words and kind words to people. That's what Chanakya says. I feel one of the greatest philosophy, what he has been told by him, is this: speaking to people politely, because we all lose so many things in our life when we talk very rudely. And I think personal experiences will be shared. So many people might have that. Okay. So that is what we told by him. The good one, go talk good things, and in a very nice way. Then Aprayadanatha Karya Vibarvati. That means when you have to do some work, the wise sage, that is Chanakya, says that we must put in sincere efforts, practice, and hard work in all tasks we undertake. Otherwise, our all undertaking will go in vain. Again, we talked about lazy people. Lazy people will wait for somebody else to do for them. But when we want to finish our work, when we want to do things on our own, then we have to have sincere effort. We need to have practice for that. Morning 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar, they don't go to the ground. They cannot perform on the field when they are having the match. I'm talking about cricket, but I also talk about so many things. Even recently, Maradona, how he passed away and how much hard work he went. Pele, that is for Western people. Our own country people. So they all have really worked very hard to become successful. Morning to evening they work. Night 12 o'clock to 3:30 in the morning only our Prime Minister sleeps. But how much work is being rendered to the country? So that we have to see. Hard work and practice. Do every day. Chanting or anything, whatever we do, we need to practice. Anything we want to learn, we have to practice. Anything we want to be successful, we need to be practiced. So practicing and will be taking your undertakings. And also sincere effort. We cannot effort for others. We cannot wait for others to do it for us. We do it ourselves. So that's very, very, very important. And the sixth very beautiful philosophy, what he brings it is, na dhava brahma na karya siddhi. That means when others are depending on luck, they will never achieve life. What is luck actually? Luck is the conversion of your hard work. When you work hard, when you finish your work on time, you get success. That's not luck. That's the assistance given by God to us. whenever we are going to work, our effort, which will create positiveness, and if at all you are sitting without doing, it will not come in properly. So when you depend upon others, I will sit in one place and God will come and give everything to us. That can never happen. God always waits for you to work. Mahabharata Yuddha would have been finished if Krishna decided in one day. But he made everybody to fight. He said, you fight, then I'll see. When Krishna showed his Virata Rupa to Arjuna after Bhagavad Gita, he saw all the Kauravas, Pandavas, everybody is going into the mouth of Virata Rupa. That means they are all going away. Then Arjuna asked Krishna, Krishna, everything is over, you are already taking over, everybody is gone and it's coming to you. Why should I fight? Then Krishna said, without you fighting, without your effort, I am not going to help you. If you are going to fight, I will sit and help you. Otherwise, no, I can't do it. I won't do. That is where, actually, after the Mahabharata, there was a question-answer session with Uttava Gita, it's called. He asked so many questions. Uttava asked so many questions to Krishna. This is one of the questions. You could have finished everything. You were the person who were seeing. Aravan, who was given as a Bali, his head was sitting and he was seeing everything as Krishna only in the field. He didn't see Arjuna, he didn't see Dharma, he didn't see Duryodhana, Shakuni, nobody. Everyone was seen as Krishna there for him. So he asked, Aravan asked, I saw you everywhere. How I will say that what has happened in Mahabharata? Uttava also was told that. Uttava says, Krishna, you did everything. Why do you really make a fight like this? Then Krishna says, yes, I supported everybody, whoever is in the just side, but I cannot do their work. I will support them. I will not work for them. So what is that bringing in this particular point is that luck is not, it is just a perspective. When you do hard work and some kind of support, when godly or divinely blessing come in, that we can call it as luck. Without doing anything, sitting in one place, no luck comes. To elaborate this, such people don't put sincere effort in any work to wait for supernatural miracles, ultimately ruining the entire life. This will happen, that will happen, that will happen, that will happen. That is what. One person went to the fortune teller when he was like 20, 22 years old. And the person told, well, if you go into building construction only, you will be successful. You can't do anything else. But this boy wanted to become a doctor or something. Then that man told, you are going to be, you will be very good only when you do, you will be very good with real estate. That's what that man says. Then this boy, okay, if he says, I'll take up real estate. And he started working and working and working. And he became very successful. And then he went back to the astrologer and said, wow, you told me that I'll be successful in landscape business. Then the astrologer told, yes, it's one side it is correct, but you also put your effort. You believe that you can do that also. And you believed in yourself. That yourself believing only brought you the luck. There is no something called luck. Only when you work hard, you succeed. That is what Chanakya says. And he has practiced this all his life. Next comes Dana Dharma. Dana Dharma is charity. A prime religion means it's a practice we should do. Religion is nothing but faith. You should have faith in Dana. What kind of Dana? So many Danas are there which are very, very important in nowadays world. Ratta Dana, Anna Dana, Vidya Dana, Anga Dana. Those kind of Danas are very important in today's scenario. And also, when we give Dana, oh, I gave this, I gave this. All the tube lights and fans and things in the temples are Ubayam. We put our name, print and keep. Why? You didn't give money to him. You didn't support. He gave an opportunity to do that for others. That is where we are going to be very useful. It's going to be really useful. Annadana, Akshay Patra of ISKCON is doing a great service with Annadana. We can all contribute. We can join with them and do it. So, Annadana. Vidya Dana, that is, we say, no, instead of giving a man to give a fish curry, teach him how to fish. That is Vidya. You give them education. Give them what he has to do in life, how we can, what are the areas he can become successful. Teach them that Vidya Dana is very important. Again, Rakta Dana, today's world, because of COVID, we are shortage of blood everywhere. And we can, the people who are around about 18 or 19, up to the age of 60, without any ailment, or they don't drink or smoke, can give blood. Hemoglobin count, they'll be checking and given. So the Rat Dana, that's again a very, very huge Dana in current scenario. Of course, when people do the Netra Dana, what we they do after their death, or the Anga Dana when the brain dead, all those things we can keep in mind. But these things are very easy. Vidya Dana, Anna Dana, Ratta Dana, all those are very simple. It doesn't harm us also, and we'll be very happy that we have done a great job today. Then Dana also should be given to the people who deserves it. That's again a very important factor what Chanakya brings in. Righteous manner, the way in which should be given. We need to always see whether the person is worth giving. We always say in Tamil, Patram Arindu Pichaidu. We have to see who is the person who is taking your Dana and see, give accordingly. We can't do something. All of a sudden, one old person sitting in one corner of the sun, you go given one big elephant as a Dana, what will be the useful to him? You give them vessels, you give them water, you give them dhanyam to cook. Those things are very important. We normally have to have that kind of a sensitivity, what kind of dana we should be giving to people. So that's one of the greatest thing. Dana and dharma. Dharma only will come with you till the end. When Pandavas went to heaven, a dog in the form of Dharma followed Dharmaputra. And it came up to the end. Even his all the sisters and all the brothers and wife, everybody died. But only that dog who is Dharma came with Dharmaputra. And it's still only when Dharma, when Dharma was asked, you only come leave the dog, means Dharma said, no, I'm not going to leave. If at all I have to come to Swarga, the dog also should come, he said. Then that was a great blessing, that how much strong he was with his Dana and Dharma. So Dana Dharma is very crucial in our lives. Then Bala Tabhyaradat Asunyat. Acharya Chanakya, he says that whenever we give information to other people, it should be meaningful, truthful information. You should not be giving something which is irrelevant. I mean, if you look into this, we can actually, a lot of small stories and everything, but we need to bring in the correct picture in front of the children. When we are going to say a statement like be honest, children may not like it. Children may not be being able to understand. But what is the, tell a story to them. Honesty is the best policy. Give us some story. When somebody is telling always being honest in life, what all happened to them. They suffered first and they lived happily later. Those things and all we have to tell the children. So when you are telling anybody, students means it's not only our own children. People who are all going to listen from us are all students. Today, by God's grace, I could make some points and tell all of you. So today, I'm teaching somebody something which I may follow, I may not follow, but I'm trying to give it in a way in which everybody can understand. So today is my day of telling others. On some other day, somebody will tell me, I will listen. So we are all students. Student need not be only 6 years, 7 years, 9 years, but we can start very young age. I always tell parents to be sitting with the children and talk to them and give them bedtime stories. Why I say that? Because you will have a quality time with the child and the child will know the value of parents. My parents are very, very close to me. They are trying to give good things to me like that. So when we do that to the children really, really respect you. At least whatever 10, 15 things you say, the 5 to 8 things will go to their mind, which is passed on to our next generation. So we are responsible for that, giving them correct and meaningful information through stories and support them to practice it in future. That is very important. So we need to give true and meaningful information. And coming to the next point, Kadapi Purusha na mayad, no manyatat. That means never insult a noble man. Actually, what we normally do, no, we always see the people by their looks, by their status in life. If the people who are in a little lower status comes and tells you something, we say, we'll see. Like that one kind of way in which we talk to them is very sad. Because everybody has got something to say. In fact, if you look into it, I've learned all my Kannada from my driver and my servant. Why I'm saying this is because when I came to Bangalore 25 years ago, I knew to speak only my language, English and little Hindi. But when it came to Karnataka, when I have to catch a bus, I didn't even know which bus goes where. So I will always ask the next person where this is going in Hindi or English, and they will say. So later, when my driver started, started going with my driver. Whenever the buses are stopping, my car is stopping, signals and all, in the front of them, some bus or anything, some notice is written, I'll ask him to read for me. Then later, I started reading and he was correcting me. Now, two things has happened with me. One is, I know to read Kannada to certain extent, and that person thought that he taught something very great to me. And from me, he learned English. So it is what we have done. What is that? And for me, that person who taught me Kannada is a very big man, noble man, because he taught me something. Whoever is going to teach even one sentence in your life is your guru. So in that way, the driver is my guru. He told me how to read Kannada, and he corrected me whenever I made mistakes in speaking Kannada. So we cannot push away people saying that they are all not rich, they are all not in high status, and they are all noble people. People who teach you are gurus. Gurus are noble. So we will insult somebody, then it comes back to you very badly. You have to be treating them with respect, and whatever they want to say, they will give you one. Second thing, now there is one trend. Whoever's wear a khadi dress, they are all called as, what is called? Pseudo science. Not all. When we have 100 mangoes, 100 apples kept in one box, 1 or 2 mangoes or 1 or 2 apples may be going bad. It becomes rotten. That means to say all the mangoes are rotten or all the apples are rotten. How can you say that? So we respect such kind of people. How many people comment about people who are talking about nobility, spirituality and all those things, saying that, oh, unnecessary they are talking, they are all making money. That kind of very, very bad thing. When you insult Bhagavatas, God is going to punish. Vishnu Purana and everybody says God never forgive people who disrespect his bhakt. So he can disrespect anything. You can disrespect God himself, there's no problem. Hey, you are a fool, you can say Krishna also. But Krishna bhakt is insulted, Krishna gets angry. So I'm getting Krishna here. It's not Krishna alone. Everybody for that matter. Anybody who is following the God. Rama can be insulted. Rama Nama cannot not be. The Rama Bhakta cannot be insulted. This means noble people should not be insulted. We have to be very careful, and we have to teach that to our younger generation too. Anugrahastu palan suchate. Anugrahastu palan. Palan means palan. That is phal. What do you call it as? Okay. What is that? Our affections, our feelings are revealed our action by words alone. Not only by words alone. The sutra can easily relate to popular word. Actions speak louder than words. So when we are going to show the body language, today's corporate terminology, it's called body language. The soft skill, what we have is called body language. It's a way of very great communication process. That is why we always say either we need to have an online class or we have to have face-to-face, because we need to be seen. We have to tell. Just opening and just talking over the phone or anything cannot be as powerful or are effective as action. Well, that person never talks. He always, his actions speak. We say that all the time. Actions are very important. How we are going to do for somebody, something supportive, something very thing. When one person is having fever, sitting next to him, say, oh, you have fever, I'm feeling sad. Instead of that, go get one hot water, feed them with that, give little medicine, put them into space, and little balm you drop, put one blanket on him. That is action. They will understand that you care for them. Children, when you go to the class, you get angry. They are very, very troubling us. So we can start doing the other way. We can show some kind of support. We say, come on, children, today we are having, I'm going to do this. So if you are going to not to listen, who is going to suffer? Those kind of action words will help. Today, role play and theater and dramatics are more powerful tools in teaching than only the lecture method. Everybody has accepted it. But there is, we call it as multiple intelligence, the different way of teaching. Action teaching, using the children to come into the thing, experiential learning, all these things is because of action. So when your body language is proper, you act accordingly, then you really win over others. So that gives a very good fruit. Anything cannot be, your action, your feeling, anything cannot be revealed just by talking to them, but by doing and showing. That is what he says, Chanakya says. Then, Nastarotya higamush abhikama. That means it's a very big word. It's one single thing. You can read it very slowly. And impatient person has got new vision. That is, you all do in haste. Things should not be in haste. You know, these things we have heard so many times, but it has come from him, the great sage himself. When there is a person is very impatient, they just, oh, is it over? Is it over? Is it over? And sometimes the things are halfway. See, when we do it in a very nice and slow and steady wins the race way, we have miraculous effect. But probably people will say, oh, it's very slow and all we cannot do. Okay. Steady pace, steadying itself is making ourselves in a very balanced way, instead of being very rash, haste. So when we are going to do something in haste, we say, no, haste creates waste. You should not be that you just take and throw. That's it. If you think that way, the things are going to be very myopic. When we are going to see something very short-lived for some time and do that in haste, then we will be repenting after some time. Anything you do, anything what you want to do think twice. That is, we have to do very, very strongly, think 2-3 times, then take the decision. After that, changing is going to be difficult. Anything what you do with thinking, lot of thinking process you should give. After that, after doing, oh, I have done that, means what is the use? There is no use. Last week also I told, we have to scold the children after the exam is over or when the results come. What is the use? But do the same kind of push, support, whatever we have to give things before the examination. Make the child to learn. Then we'll see how the results are going to be. Anything we do not do it in haste. But fast you do, and we end up doing nothing. You can't open the cooker in the middle. You know, even in the cooker, if you open the thing before the steam releases, what happens? The rice is uncooked or the rice comes out. Waste it is. So when we have to look for that, check and do it, then you will get the correct results. But anything done in a haste, fast, impulsive, then it is of no use at all. It will go waste. Then, Trishnaya Madish gave kahte. This means to say, greed clouds one's intelligence. That is, whenever you are greedy, normally we call it as asking for more. A dil mange more. I want. That can be done only with education. I want to learn more. That can be done only with education. But anything else, I want more dress, I want more money, I want more houses, I want to have more thing, I want to more. Give. If that is happening, that will pollute the mind, because we will not be in peace. Anytime we will be thinking, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. The mind will never be at peace. The moment when we eat, the within 1/2, 4-3 serving, we say, enough. That we say. Why? The stomach cannot take more. But for you, others are fine. Anything and everything. That's why the corruptions are happening. People have crores of money, but still they want money. That's why corruption starts. That's where corruption starts. Contentment. When we have little, okay, I have it, I'm contented. Okay, we want for the future, take little more. But what is that little more is defined by everybody, is a different perspective. Why? Because the mind goes with greed. I want to have more. I want to have, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want it. Sure, bhakti, education can have more. Other things are material things. If you ask for more, it's greedy. The moment you go for greediness, and you will adopt wrong ways to attain money, that wealth. When you go to wrong ways, you know what kind of results can be. Finally, it is pathetic end. That's what is right. Ultimately, the thirst for money or wealth, or which is material things, is we cannot quench the thirst. When the thirst is quenchless, you go to wrong ways, and wrong ways lead to pathetic end. So he says that we need to reduce greed. That is something which is very, very important. We need to learn from him. Then, nastyansar samaha shatru. That is somebody who is arrogant. That becomes shatru. Shatru is enemy. When you are arrogant, that's your greatest enemy. People, there was a story, my mentor, Mr. Vitani, always say that. You go to hotel, 5-star hotel, and talk very rudely to the room boy, he'll spit into the tea and give it to you. That's what he says. That arrogance will never give you happiness. The conduct, the humility, the positive way of looking, talking properly, and accepting everybody, even if you are the greatest enemy, please call them, okay, what do you want? What is that you want to say now? In a very polite and nice tone, they themselves will come down. God gives us one very good, lovely message. Ma Shusha, come to me. Sharanagati. You do that, everything will be all right. That's why in earlier days, or even today, we all do, that everybody says when somebody comes home, go do namaskara. The moment somebody falls on your feet, immediately, even if they have negative feeling, some kind of thing, oh, they have so much and all, if they come, that will go away itself. That's the main reason. The drishti, the anger of the other persons will go when somebody go and bow in front of them. Okay, be good, they say. Immediately, automatically it comes. If somebody goes and do namaskara, I say, be good, take care. That is where it's going to help. The moment somebody comes, you sit like that. Who is this person? Who is that? I don't want to get up in front of all these people. I'm not going to do that. That kind of arrogance will create more enmity. But arrogance, if it's removed, enmity will vanish, reduce. So, leave the arrogance away. Then, vidya karopina griham. Griham is the house. Education is the very, very priceless property, what we have. It will not be carried away by floods or tsunami. It won't get burnt. All those things. Like that education is something which is a complete property. It is all here. We don't need to keep one cupboard to keep our knowledge inside. We never do that. We don't need to have a password to keep that locker and all. We don't require. We require for money. We require for jewel. Whatever we have, they can be robbed also. But our knowledge cannot be robbed. As and when we share with others, our knowledge doubles. And to be honest, when I'm going to prepare for this particular event for so many days, so much of information I could collect. Some of them I even know earlier, but I brought it back. The knowledge got doubled because of, I'll be very thankful to all of you because you gave this opportunity to talk. Because I've learned so much. I've been sitting and listening and reading and searching, researching, taking things. And what Chanakya I know before, now I know 3-4 times because of you people. Maybe I got only 2.222.002% only I know about that particular thing, but still I learned from point 1 to point 2. It's like that. So so this kind of education is something, it is a treasure. It remains with us all the time. And even when you go to other world, because Hindu Dharma, Sanatana Dharma believes in reincarnation, rebirth, it will follow. What kind of answer we can give to the people who are extremely good by birth? The moment they come in the world only, they will start talking so well. It's because of whatever the previous generation, what they have, it has come to the next level. So people who have been a very big Vedic people, very nicely, then you see that traces will be there in the next generation also. We can strongly believe on that. So when we do something, our education, our knowledge, if it is increasing, then that will stay with us forever. Nobody can rob it, nobody can put them inside, etc. So that's where we have to look forward. How much vidya, that is education, is the only property we carry everywhere. So that's, we need to work. That's the greatest, actually, on education we have seen parents, how they to treat on all those things. Chanakya has written quite a bit. And for education, he himself is a great philosopher and educator. He insists on how much ever, till last day of his life he's learned. And there is a saying, when Galileo was given poison, before that, person, Galileo asked that person how that poison was made. Then that soldier told him, you are anyway going to die, why you want to learn? He said, before dying I will learn something more. No, it's like that, he said. So we have people like that. We need to go for our knowledge expansion. Then Indriyana Prasham Sastram. When you keep yourself under control, your senses under control, that's the real knowledge. How to keep your senses in control? We have to be very good. We have to see good things, and we see with the positive ideas. And we also have our nose, which we immediately differentiate between the good smell and the bad smell, and immediately remove ourselves away from that place. Then speak very nice, beautiful words through your mouth, and do things positively, think positively. Those things are keeping ourselves under control. They say the entire Mahabharata essence is that only. We have 5 people, 5 Indriyas or Panchapandavas, and 1,100 Kauravas, our temptations. When all the 100 temptations are killed, the 5 Indriyas will become all right. The Panchapandava, your own life will become very nice. That's actually the philosophy behind the Mahabharata itself. The 5 Panchapandavas are 5 Indriyas, and 100 Kauravas are our temptations. Remove all those temptations, you can become wise. That's what it says. Indriyana Prasham Sastram. Then Arya Virdhamanushateta. Arya Virdhamanushateta means harmonious relation with others every time. We cannot keep fighting with others. Very difficult when we do that. We always have them kind of problems. When we are everywhere, you see neighborhood, some problem. When there is land, there is problem, because you are neighbor. Next people, you keep shouting and screaming. Oh, how they are suffering out. My friend here, that person is very bad. So anything and everything, we have differences of opinion. Try to get harmonious relation, harmony. See, today's world, we are all looking for peace. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. We say so many times, but where is the Shanti itself? There is no Shanti. The Shanti, a person who was very good, great Shanti and gave great service to humanity, died yesterday in Coimbatore. So that person did such a wonderful job, and he's remembered by entire Coimbatore people. They are all mourning his death, and they are feeling sad as though somebody has died from their own family. So that harmony, what we are looking for, is not going to be a compromisable substance. We need to really work for harmony amongst us. When we are all sitting and talking together happily, harmony is way, then your life becomes very, very interesting. That's what he says, Chanakya says. Then Sarva Jayatro Krodha, that is anger. The person who has got control over the anger is liked by all. Whatever you say, no, he will not get angry. We are very proud of such kind of people. He is very saintly. He does keep quiet. Mahapariyava Shankaracharya of Kanchipuram was the person who won over all these things. Complete sannyasi he was. He lived 93, 99 or 100 years. From 13 years he was a sannyasi. And he took over control over anger, and he told everybody how to control anger. The moment you are letting your anger out, you are a weak person. Only weak people show anger on others. You are getting angry, count 1, 2, 3, come on, let us talk it over, let us do it. So anger goes away. One, when people are getting angry on others, they kill themselves by either means of real killing or kill their own personality. The character is getting lost the moment the anger is out. When you are not going, when you are going to be very soft and nice and talk to people in a positive way and make things happen, you are a good, you are being respected. The moment you are saying, that person always shouts, yeah, unnecessarily, he's like a bulldog, this, that, and all, one name they will keep. And they will say, he's like an Alsatian, always he'll bark. All those things you will say, the people will say, and they will make you feel so low. So controlling anger is a very, very big virtue. That's what Chanakya says. Then, Grihan Mata Karyasi Sarvavastasu Mata Bhartyava. That is the mother. Now, that's a very, very important teaching. The mother. She is our first and foremost duty to take care. We have to take care of the mother, and you have to follow whatever she says in a devoted way. All conditions. Mother will trouble, mother will shout, you get angry, everything is fine. Finally, taking care of the mother is very important. And also, she is the best teacher. The first person who teaches you to even sit and stand and go to bathroom, mother. So mother is something. She is the person who is for making the house to happen. Mother, Guruhan, she is a guru. Mata Garyasi, she is the person who is making you to live in the life. She brings you out and she guides you. She's the first teacher. So give that respect to her all the time. Then, very, very the entire essence of what we have been doing. Vyavaharodaka, the Atmasara Suchati. That is, the great sage Chanakya says, one's character is depicted by one's behavior. The behavior is something which is carrying ourselves throughout our life. How the behavior has come. The values, the morals, whatever we have been taught from different times of our life, which we follow in a very strict way, which shows our true character. When we are going to stay firm in our values and principles, and because somebody said I'll change, somebody's children are doing, oh, you are putting on tika? What man, you are putting tika? No, they will do. They are living for others. They are not living for themselves. They need to stand with the principle. Our own principles are important to us. Whatever we follow, the faith, we need to follow completely. The moment you are going to change yourself for others, you will become like a broken ball. It will be broken and kept in all the places. It will be kept like this. This side you put this side, and the balloon will get burst. But when we are going to stand principles strongly on our whatever we think and whatever is while moral values taught to us are correct, you will have a very beautiful, roundful life. So the entire character of your behavior, whatever behavior is what? The practice of the character. The character is very important to show that how you want to live. And standing on your own principles, you won't change that because somebody else say that. So whenever you change yourself for somebody else's talk, then you are a very, very greatest useless creature in the world. You are going, that's what he says. He says, you are not fit to be in the world. That's what he puts that. But he says, follow the principles, follow the morals value, which you have been following for a long time, and don't change it for somebody else. So that is where it is the very beautiful saying of Chanakya. Last but not the least, ahimsa lakshano dharma. Ahimsa, being kind to people. Don't making something hinsa, that is killing, talking ill of others. Ahimsa need not be by physical, mental. You just torture somebody mentally. How many houses is happening like that? How many husbands are talking rudely to their wife, and how many women are talking rudely to their husbands, and how many children are being spoken rudely? That is also hinsa only. But that can create more harm. We say, no, harsh words can create more harms. Similarly, we need to be very, very calm and quiet. We should not that do himsa to anybody. Himsa is to giving torture. That we need to stop. It is violence. Himsa is violence. Non-violence. It's not Gandhian non-violence we are talking about. We are talking about non-violence toward your fellow human beings. And well, on yourself. When you have your body only, you cannot torture. Whenever you have something, take good care of yourself. God lives in you. Where is God? God is there in your own mind. That you have to do really, really great service to him by keeping your body well, healthy and wealthy and wise. We have to do that. Health. So hinsa, don't do it to yourself, don't do it to others, don't do anybody who do it, and particularly animals. Hinsa to the animals is a very, very wrong thing, and it will really hurt God, and he will really go against you. So this is how 20 important philosophies and dharma, what Chanakya taught. And it is I have tried to abridge all the things from whatever the statements what he made from his own text. I plucked out only this much. But from your side, whatever you want to do, please go ahead and ask me. And is there any questions? If you have, please get back to me on that. I'm ready to answer your questions. I have tried to abridge all the things from whatever the statements what he made from his own text.
I think we don't have any questions from the audience, I think, ma'am.
We are seeing the chat box. We'll just wait for a second, then we will conclude.
Yeah.
I'm ready to answer your questions. Just now the session got over.
Are you able to see the question, ma'am? There are two questions. How to inculcate these values for the younger generation?
I feel that the younger generations will be taught by us. Let us understand what is that we have to follow and pass it on to the children. In the entire presentation itself, I have told how to talk to children and how to transform. Tell them through stories, share time, good quality time with them, and check for some nice bedtime stories. Definitely, we can take up stories from Panchatantra, stories from our Mahabharata and Ramayana, Krishna Leela. These things, when they are going to talk to children and club to the whatever the qualities which the child should inculcate, then it's easy to make the change in the child. The child is like a blotting paper. Whatever they see, they will observe. And you, when as a parent, as an adult, as a teacher, we behave in a certain way, children will follow. So it's very important that we correct ourselves and show the children how to be good, how to follow the correct disciplines. So it is in our hand how we bring them up. That's where normally we make mistakes, and now we need to rectify ourselves. It is nothing great that we always blame the children. He doesn't do this, etc. We need to show how to do it. We should be idle. We should show what is exactly has to be done by doing it yourself and talking to them, giving quality time and making them understand the values of life. Very important.
Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am, the second question.
One parent has asked, would you be able to share the PPT if possible?
Why not?
Okay.
I think it is going to be there in the YouTube. If you put it, it will come automatically.
Yeah, it will be available always on the YouTube.
Yeah, it is available on the YouTube. Videos are there. You can see that.
Sure. So I think that's all, ma'am. These two are the questions. I'm not able to see any other questions right now. So
yeah. So if any other question comes, please post it to my mail ID. I will be able to answer.
Definitely, ma'am.
And for all the things, yeah.
So thank you so much once again. I think these 20 virtues were actually gems. More to say, and just too excellent. I think your sessions have always been very, very informative. And today's session, I think it was there were a lot of takeaways, ma'am. Your excellent examples on humility, and of course today's Rajnikant's birthday. I'm sure many of them are fans. throughout India. I think the audience were really able to relate that. And I mean, your perspective on luck and laziness and being charitable, I think there were a lot of takeaways today, ma'am. So thank you so much. We really enjoy each and every session of yours. And this is from all of us. And I'm sure the parents also have the same view. You can see the chat box. They are all, they are saying it's an insightful session, a very good session. Thank you for your time, ma'am. I'm sure you are preparing so much for these sessions and really appreciate that. And we thank you, ma'am. So Hare Krishna.
My perspective about the entire thing has been changing because of our value education classes, like this kind of workshops is really, I'm feeling I'm doing, instead of teaching so many things in my life, this one session, these sessions are giving me immense satisfaction.
Very nice.
So I must also thank you people for giving me this opportunity. Really, I'm thankful to God.
We are very glad, we are blessed actually to have you conduct these sessions for us. So thank you, dear parents, once again. Please look forward to the ma'am's session in the month of January. We'll be sharing the posters shortly. Please like our page and please share our page on YouTube and kindly join and spread the word for these workshops. Thank you, ma'am. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.